Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We are once again drafting Murders at Karlov Manor Premier Draft on a tear in the format. I can't remember how many drafts we've done, 8 or 9. I think I've got 4 or 5 trophies already. Having a great time with the format. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well. The Pro Tour is this weekend featuring Karlov Manor Draft, so check that out if you are interested. What are we going to start out with here in today's Pack 1 Pick 1? All the commons are pretty bad. Vampire's great. It is gold though. Basher it's a little slow, but it's still good. And Coveted Falcon is a card I played against once, and it was like okay. I'm wondering if this is even great. I mean, I'm willing to try it here. I think Basher is probably the correct pick in this spot, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Falcon. I'm not going to marry myself to the Falcon necessarily. But I do think it's an interesting pick and has interesting upside. So we'll see if we end up playing it and how much we weight it here. Now, second pack for us is unfortunately also not very good. We've got a Tunnel Tipster, a Person of Interest, a Museum Night Watch. There is a Concealed Weapon, which could go well in kind of the blue-red artifact life if we figure that out. There's an Aftermath Analyst for like a green self-mill kind of thing. A chalk outline, which don't know about that one. This is a tough one here. I think the highest upside is Concealed Weapon because that can go in a couple of different decks. Tunnel Tipster is also pretty good. But I'm going to take the Concealed Weapon here and not be very thrilled with the combination of my first 2 picks. Now there's another Concealed Weapon, and I don't know how many of these I necessarily want. I could take Runebrand Juggler and find my way into Black-Red, although I don't think Black-Red is a great archetype. There's a Person of Interest, which is fine. There's a Projector Inspector, which could be okay. And another Concealed Weapon. I think I'm debating between these 3 red cards here. And I just don't think I'm going to want 2 of these. I don't think I've tried red-black aggro yet. Not that I'm locked into red-black by any means, but this is a good reason to find your way into it a little bit. Let's take the Juggler here and see if that works out for us. A lot of disguise creatures. A Gearbane Orangutan. There is Fixing in Escape Tunnel. There is Felonious Rage for the red-black aggro life. Living Conundrum. I don't know how to make this thing work. I want to draft a Living Conundrum deck at some point in the format. Maybe you just take it and build around it. I just have not ever come close to decking myself, like at all. There's a Night Drinker Moroi for the red-black aggro life. Not thrilled with many of these options either, to be honest. I think I'll take the Moroi, although you could sway me in many different directions here. Even the Escape Tunnel, I think, was defensible there. Case of the Burning Masks is probably pretty good if we're thinking red-black here. Caught red-handed, probably not. There's an Eavesdropper. I do like Eavesdropper. Vampire and On the Job. I've played Black-White enough to know it's good. For those of you that haven't seen those videos, check out my latest thumbnails for Black-White decks. They are, in my opinion, very good in the format. Very potent. There's also Persuasive Interrogators, which is much more of a control finisher card. I think I'm going to take Case of the Burning Masks here and continue down red-black for now. Hustle and Bustle is an interesting win con for a red-black deck. +2/+2 in Trample. Flips a creature if you want it to. There's also Extract to Confession. A couple of green cards, a Sumala Sentry, but that is all of the colors we are not. I think I might take Extract to Confession over Hustle and Bustle. When in doubt, just take the cheaper card. I know Hustle is a cheap card, but the cheaper half of this is not very good, and Bustle is expensive. I do like Felonious Rage. I also like Scapegoat in aggressive decks. I think I'll take the Scapegoat over the Rage. There's a chance we could wheel any one of those other Rages that were coming around here. Alright, only thing for us here really is Demand Answers, although I don't think that's something I want to play. I could just take... Maybe... I don't really like Sudden Setback, though. Could just take Glint Weaver. I'll take the Setback, because I do have the Falcon, I guess. Alright, here's a spot where Hustle and Bustle could be fine. I don't think I'm playing anything else. That is a late Museum Night Watch. I just don't think we're white. I guess the only thing I could consider is Offender at Large here. Look, Concealed Weapon and Felonious Rage both came back. Again, I just don't know how much I want a second one of these. I'm pretty sure I'm going to want at least one Felonious Rage, though. Take the Orangutan and Caught Red-Handed. Too expensive for the format, unfortunately for that. Now, where do we go? Wow, look at all the great white cards, as is the case with this format, with white being the best color. Got Neighborhood Guardian, Novice Inspector, best common in the format. Do we abandon Runebrand Juggler, Night Drinker, Moroi, Extracted Confession for a Novice Inspector when we could just take, I guess, Murder would be the option here? It's Inspector or Murder. Inspector is by far the better card, so is Neighborhood Guardian. I just don't think I've played a lot of red-black. I'm willing to give a different deck a try here. If you're at home trying to maximize your win percentage, I'll note right now, I think you should probably take Novice Inspector in this spot. But Murder is not... It's worse, don't get me wrong. It's not, like, that much worse that I feel like I'm giving up on a ton by taking Murder over Novice Inspector. See, now we get another Runebrand Juggler... And there's even a Blood Spatter analysis, but I'm going to take the Runebrand Juggler, and honestly, I'm going to see if we can wheel this. Nobody's going to want this if nobody else is red-black. And this is exactly what a red-black aggro deck wants, is Runebrand Juggler. And also, one of the best uncommons in the set, Torch the Witness. Perfect removal spell for us here. We will go ahead and take Torch the Witness. A couple of good cards I wouldn't mind playing, including Red Herring and Fester Leech. Now, Fester Leech is much better when you have synergies, which we currently don't have synergies with its Mill 2 ability. But it's still just a good aggressive 1-drop. It's actually one of the highest winning uncommons in the set. One of the Black's top uncommons. I would play a Red Herring here, though. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Fester Leech. I guess if 2 Jugglers were good, then 3 is also fine. Another Living Conundrum. I think the way I'm going to get into Living Conundrum in this format is I'm going to open it, pack 1, pick 1, and have a horrible pack and feel like I have to take it. And then in pack 2, like, get another one or something. Like, that's how it's going to happen. Here, I think we'll just take a pretty easy second Fester Leech. And yeah, I think I might have played red-black once in this format in a best of 3 draft. And had, like, all of the removal spells, and I think I went 2-1 with that deck. It was okay, but against our best opponent, it really didn't do what we wanted it to do. We've got another case here versus an Unscrupulous Agent. I think I'm going to take the creature over the second case. If we can find, you know, Unscrupulous Agent with Concealed Weapon is good, with Felonious Rage is good, with Presumed Dead it's fine, I guess. I'm not playing Confiscation, and I'm not playing Orb, so I guess I'll take Dead here. Okay, Felonious Rage came back, so did Tin Street Gossip. Almost took that. Didn't mention it, but almost took it earlier. I'll take another Rage. I do like Rage as a combat trick. I think it's just good. Trades up, leaves a 2/2 behind. Really, what more could you want? Maybe we play Braggart. Probably not. It's a little clunky here. Same with Offender at Large. Same with Orangutan. There's some cards I would like to cut out of this. But we will figure that out when I get to deck building. Plus, we have an entire pack left here. I'm just going to go ahead and rare draft here now. Take the rare that no one's going to play. Look, another Rage. I don't think I'm playing 3. I'll probably play 2, but I don't think I'm playing 3. And what do we find? Pack 3. Pick 1, but a horrible pack. No Shock, no Galvanize, No murder. I guess there's Extracted Confession. There's also Snarling Gorehound. I just don't really like Snarling Gorehound that much. Do I have to pack 3, pick 1 of Snarling Gorehound here? That really does not feel good. I do like Drag the Canal. 2 mana, 2/2 at instant speed, and if a creature died this turn, you gain 2 and Surveil 2, then Investigate. So it's pretty darn good. Really don't like taking Gorehound here, but there's really nothing else for us. See, here's the Galvanize. Why couldn't I had that last pack? Also, this is an interesting time to note. There is no black card in this pack whatsoever, which means our neighbor to the right 100% took a black card. So we are going to be competing for black in this last pack, which is not a spot you want to be in, because black is not the best in this format. And by not the best, I mean it's the worst. So this could be a rough end to this draft. And a rough... Yeah, look at this. This is horrible. Private Eye still here. Oof. Alright, so our neighbor is in exactly red-black, probably. They must have opened a Judith or a Rakdos or something in pack 1. Because we are getting nothing and absolutely no help from this last pack. And it's too late to switch anything. So, cross your fingers we can get anything good. What? What? Night Drinker Moroi, Bulrak Clan Basher, and a Galvanize. We have a Murder, a Galvanize, an Extracted Confession. Do I want a Clan Basher over a Galvanize here? Probably so. I would like another Galvanize, but I think I'm going to take the threat in the Clan Basher. Okay, I said I'll take another Galvanize. I would like Shock more than Galvanize, but can't always be lucky. Slice from Shadows, also not a bad removal spell. There is a Makeshift Binding and an Insight Source still here. I think blue-white might have been the color to be in at the seat here. But that is a thing of the past. And again, I'll say it as I do sometimes. I don't remind myself to remind you guys as often as I do. Especially with me drafting 5 times a week now, what I'd like to do, and what I want to try to do is, I could draft the best deck in the format 5 days a week. And, you know, maybe some of you would get enjoyment out of that. I would probably get some level of enjoyment out of that, but also showcasing different decks, because I know that 99% of you aren't able to draft as much as I do. And showcasing different decks I think is also important for a content creation channel like mine as well. Being able to just even lose with different decks. The end of last week I went 0-3 with a Dimir deck that was pretty horrible. But my goal in posting it was to have you guys at least, you know, learn something from it, I guess. Learn what to do and what not to do with a Dimir deck in the format. And this could be the case with Red-Black. I think it's the first time I played this. And honestly, I'm not expecting this to go very well, if we're being honest. But that's not to say that it's horrible. And it's not to say that I don't think this was a decent spot to be in the draft. Again, I think blue-white might have been the best spot, but we'll take with where we are. So I'm going to go ahead and build this, make a couple of cuts for you, and I will see you after deck building. Okay, here is where I ended up with the deck. I think I'm going to try 16 lands here. I only have 4 if you can count Concealed Weapon, Disguise creatures to flip. One of them only flips for 2 mana. And I guess this is a mana sink, but probably not something we're going to want to be doing too often in this deck. We've got Fester Leech as a mana sink, and everything else, I guess Concealed Weapon as a mana sink, and 1 likely 6-drop for us. But we don't have the greatest of threats, and only 13 creatures, got a lot of removal. I'm not thrilled with where we ended up in this, but I do think this deck is the kind of deck that can cheese out at least a few wins here and there. My goal is, sorry, I think my goal is probably around 3-3 with the deck. That's what I'm expecting, maybe even a 2-3. But you know what? Let's see if we can play our way out of that and get a little bit more. See you in game 1. All right, here we are starting on the play with a pretty aggressive hand that I think I'm going to keep. Probably lead on Fester Leech here. Scapegoat on 2. I might just pump the Fester Leech on 2 and then Scapegoat and Extract a Confession on 3, or play this. I don't know. I got plenty of options I could do here. So as we're getting into this first game, if you are here and not yet subscribed to the channel and enjoy the content that I do put out here on the channel, feel free to subscribe. It helps the analytics of the channel. It's a way to give back in a non-monetary way. And if you really do appreciate the channel, appreciate the content that I make 7 days a week for you all, you can check out the description with a link to my Patreon page. Very, very affordable Patreon, as little as $1 US per month, for just a little bit of a give back as well to the channel. Thanks so much for your consideration ahead of time. Now, what do we lead on here? Yeah, I think I'm actually just gonna pump it. Like, it's pretty mana inefficient to just like play a Scapegoat, and it can probably still attack next turn. Got rid of a swamp, which we could use to flip this thing, but here you go. Here's our synergy with Fester Leech. Extract a Confession, collect evidence. There we go. We did it. We found it. We broke the format. No, not really. We're just going to be milling ourselves over and over and over again. Rune Brand Juggler. Okay, not bad. I think I'm going to lead on this, though. If we draw a black, we can flip that and still play Scapegoat and hold up Felonious Rage. Got rid of 2 blacks, though. Don't like that. Okay, sure. There we go. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. And trade off Fester Leech and Felonious Rage for their 2/2. And get a 2/2 back. And now they have to have an answer to this thing, and if they don't, I mean, it's just going to take over the game here. Yeah, I'll suspect that creature instead of the goat. The goat did its job. Now, next turn, we can edict their play and play Runebrand Juggler. That's not great for us. Extract a Confession gets worse in a world where they have a Rebel Belt Maverick. See if they just play another disguise creature here. If they do, I might just... Yeah, I'm probably just going to Extract a Confession, kicking it on this, and then Runebrand Juggler. 6, 7, make 7 unblockable, and then they're dead to a Moroi here. So let's go... Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make them sack their Greenbelt Radical. Play Juggler. And I will do this. Because again, they're dead now to a 4/2 flyer. And if we draw a land, we can then sacrifice the Scapegoat to kill a big creature. If like they play a flyer or a reach creature. But if they don't have an answer to the Moroi, they currently are dead. They do have an answer to the Moroi, unfortunately. Ooh, here comes the dog. And... what do they have for this? I don't think I'm going to run this into it here. I'm just going to attack with Menace creatures, put them to 1. They're dead to 2 different creatures here now. In fact, dead to many more. Yeah, looks like that'll probably do it. Okay. See, these are the kind of wins I think this deck can get. We're going to try to cheese out a few more of those. Okay, another great hand here. Scapegoat, Case, Galvanized, got removal. Again, we're kind of on Night Drinker Moroi or bust, but I mean, it worked last time. What's to say they're going to have removal now? Oh, that's what we're doing here. Well, we have all of the removal. Can kill just about everything. And I will kill that. See if they pass off the suspectedness. Looks like they will. Pass to attackers. Attack with that. Galvanize this. And I think I just play this here now. And yeah, sure. And we need a black again. Black would be a great draw. No. I could just kill this thing. That means if we draw land next turn, we can go... Even if we draw a mountain next turn, we can go Case and Juggler here. Let's just get rid of this. See what we hit. A Granite Witness. Okay. That's pretty darn bad. Okay. Let's see what they got. Looks like they'll probably have removal for our morph creature too. Yeah, looks like they'll either shock... Oh no. Okay, well that's fine. If you want to get rid of my scapegoat like that, I'm cool with that. So let's do this and then suspect itself. And really looking for a swamp here now. Gearbane Orangutan. 4/4. Puts it out of the way of the Case, unfortunately. We do get to flip this, though, so that is good. So let's do this. Deal 3 here. These are both suspected. It hits them. Not flip. We get to solve the Case. Next turn we can draw. And if we're able to draw an extra swamp, that'd be very good for flipping this. Although they could have removal. Alright, well let's see what we can find here. Alright, I guess it's swamp. Now, do we go all in on Night Drinker Moroi here? I don't think we do, because what I think I'm going to do is just murder this thing, and then I still have attacks with these two creatures. If they have shock, they can kill either of them. If they have galvanized, they can kill the juggler here. Oh, they didn't have either of them. Okay. Now they're dead on board if they don't have anything. There we go. Look, sometimes aggression just pays off. Sometimes you get run over, or sometimes they stabilize and you don't really have a chance, but sometimes it just does what these last two games have done. Alright, starting on the draw this time, we'll keep with the Fester Leech on 1. Usually good enough. Extracted Confession could get a 3-drop, so we'll play Fester Leech and go from there. As you can see, the record is updated with a loss here. You really didn't miss much, because I edited out an entire game of an incredibly slow-playing opponent who managed to beat us over the course of like 30 minutes. And it was just not a particularly interesting game that they took forever on all their decisions on. So I'm going to save you the pain on that one there. Let's go ahead and just get rid of their Phantom here. That's usually a pretty good card. And then mill the things that we need. I would have taken a Mountain. Rage in the bin is fine. That is a good card. Alright, what's the discard? Crime Stopper Sprite, sure. Yeah, let's just do this and pump the Fester Leech. We can always torch the Witness on that thing next turn if we want. We could also torch the Witness and use Felonious Rage next turn. I'm relatively okay with those two going to the yard here. Hit us for 2, play a disguised creature, a Bubble Smuggler, and hold up Reasonable Doubt. Alright, well if they have that, I guess. Okay, that's not bad. And then they have open mana, so I don't think I'm casting Felonious Rage. I'm just going to trade the Fester Leech off for the Smuggler if they let me do that. Because I don't feel like casting this into whatever they've got going on for a white and a blue here. Okay, that resolves, and then I will also resolve mine, now that you did it first. So they trade, I get a 2-2, and you get a clue. Yeah, let's suspect this thing. That's a better attacker than this silly little goat. Alright, now you got 5 mana. What are you going to do here? Draw a card, play a Phantom, and pass. Okay. Go to combat, hit you here. Play a 5-5 and hope it survives. Most of the time it doesn't. See if they have any number of removal spells to get rid of that thing. And if they do, we are kind of out of gas again. No, okay. Survives. For now. Got a magnifying glass, but no thinking cap. Alright, let's see what we find off of this first. Anything useful? Not at all. And... sure, and I will take action to suspect that. Happy to trade for their 2-2. They take 5. We play a Gorehound. And see what they got. Oh my god, I've played against that so much. And it always beats me. Ugh, that thing is stupid. A land is perfect, too. Okay, I guess we're trading off. They're going to give it lifelink, and then they go to 12. They still have a 4-3. Got to top deck something here. Hey, I actually killed an Ezreal for like the first time like ever. But it probably already did enough for me to lose this here. And this is the downside of playing aggressive decks, unfortunately. You get to this part of the game where you draw 3 lands in a row, and they draw an Ezreal, and you lose. So, very fun. Very fun. If they're activating and cracking Magnifying Glass in the same turn, and you're playing an aggro deck, and they're not under 10, you're gonna lose. You're just gonna lose. Alright, let's finish it off with another land here. Perfect. Alright. See if we can get ourselves to 3 wins. Magic number that I said we might be able to reach. Alright, here we start on the play without a swamp. A combat trick, a removal spell, and a 6-drop. Even with the swamp, this hand isn't that great. I think this one's a mulligan. So let's mulligan into a worse hand here. One that we basically can't cast anything. Alright, Felonious Rage, you go away, and we'll keep 6 because I'm not going to 5. And looks like that'll be the end of this draft, unfortunately. So thanks for tuning in today. You know, with as many drafts as I do, sometimes there are drafts like this one where just everything is just not going your way. I feel like every time I mulligan on Arena, it's like, alright, you don't have your second color, and then you mulligan and you get all of your other color and none of your previous color. That's usually what happens. Come on, give me a mountain. Give me a mountain. Nope. In fact, we are 2 mountains away from even casting that. We have 1 color, they have 3. Sure. What do we get? A pretty good one. Okay, I mean, we found a mountain, so off we go. Got another good one. What is this? What are these greedy mana bases that keep beating me? They mulliganed and they've got all 4 colors of mana here. Alright, here we go. No, don't you dare go get a swamp. Rubble Belt Maverick, sure. Okay. We're moving a little bit. See if they kill this in response or not. Looks like they will. Oh, with a lightning helix. That's a lightning helix and a Rebel Belt Maverick in the same deck. Sure. Go get your black. No. We know they're playing black. They've got a Bone Brute in their deck. Jeez. Thing's impossible to kill. Let's do this and suspect this. Yeah, whenever that dies, they can collect evidence 4 and return it right back to the battlefield, so that will never die. Torch the Witness on... what even is this thing? Yeah, Fender? Sure. Let's start with this one, then play the Scapegoat here. We can pass off its suspectedness to the next creature, and we can also get a trigger off the Gorehound here. So we do this. We just attack with everything. They will chump, put a counter on the Phoenix, more than likely. At least 3 of our things have menace, so if they just like somehow don't draw creatures, then could be good. Alright, I think I will Case of the Burning Mask that and pay for Ward. Huh, well now which one? Doesn't really matter, it's just kind of a crapshoot here. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's do the first one. It was Undercover Crocodile. I guess that was a decent one to hit. I still don't think this is a race we win, unfortunately, because this thing could be a Rift Burst Hellion, take 9. Phoenix keeps coming back. A 1-1 turning into a 2-2, probably turning into a 3-3. Okay, take 6. Maybe 7 if they choose to do this. If they'd rather crack the clue, though. They might rather crack the clue. Although, 7 is lethal in 2 turns here. Okay, they'll put it over here, sure. Okay, go to 7. My turn. See what we find off of this thing, I guess. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's lethal. Oh, baby. Bustle actually did something. Can't say I expected that one, but a win is a win is a win, and I will take it. 3 is where I wanted to get to. Any more than this is gravy. Alright, starting on the draw, but look! We have both colors of mana. Let's keep it. Perfect turn 1 play. Snarling Gorehound. Well, now I have to do that, even if I wanted to do Scapegoat. What did they have for a single white last turn? Well, that's pretty good. I guess I'll keep it. They had priority for a single white mana. They chose not to play it. Here comes a disguised creature, turn the tipster into a 2/2, make all my attacks irrelevant. Not irrelevant, I've got Felonious Rage, which is actually going to be pretty good if they do choose to double block, but it only trades for just one of these things. So... I still just don't think they're going to block. What's best here? Offender at Large or Runebrand Juggler, actually? I think the Disguised Creature might be better. Yeah, I'll pass it off, I guess. And then, yeah, Murder's also fine, I think. Wondering if they're going to outpace us here and just kind of go bigger than we can go. See if they have another Disguised Creature to turn this into a 3/3. Yep. Alright, I think I would like you to die. Oh, they have a Nervous Gardener over here. So now we know that. They chose not to flip it up with that mana, though, interestingly. Alright, which one's the Nervous Gardener? I think the Nervous Gardener is the first one, and I don't care about killing that one. Well, they did miss a land drop, so actually killing a Nervous Gardener would be pretty good. So let's do this, see if we can get the Gardener here. And... no. Boo. We got a Forum Familiar. I don't care about that. So this is a Nervous Gardener. In my opinion. Oh, that's what they could have played on one that they chose not to. Was the Forum Familiar. That makes sense. Disguise.deck. Sure. Alright, let's get in there, and we can flip up our creature if they go to block something. And even if they don't, I'm probably still going to flip it up. Push a ton of damage here. Sure. So let's just kill that thing. 7, 8, 9. I could put them to 4, but I'd rather just kill their creature. So let's just do this. Put them to 6. Got a Dog Walker, that's not a bad one. And now they're at 5 mana, which is not great. See if they can kill the Offender at Large. If they can, we still have a game. If they can't... Holding up a white. Oh, they have that enchant land thing. Yeah, that's why. Buried at the Garden. Okay. Sure. I still think this is a Nervous Gardener here. Give me something good, deck. Come on. That's actually pretty good. They could have like an untap effect that also puts counters, so I'm actually going to suspect... Oh, they don't have anything. Okay, so that's not a Nervous Gardener then. Let's do this. And then also this. And now we have lethal. Let's see what they choose. Probably the token. Yeah, okay, now we still... Fortunately don't have lethal because we didn't give the suspectedness to our juggler. Yeah, it's dead anyway, who cares? Not blocking, because I do have a 4-2 flyer here now. And we are all in on Night Drinker Moroi. Land. Miss. And they missed. Look at that. 4 wins. Best deck ever. Never seen anything better. One more and we get to Diamond. Let's do it. Alright, on the draw here. How's this bad hand? Pretty bad. Let's keep it. What can go wrong? We're playing with house money here. We've already got 4 wins, and that is far more than I expected. Ooh, this is interesting. How do we play this? Let's do Gorehound. That gives us 2 triggers next turn to find a red, which we're pretty much going to have to do. Oops. Alright, let's play this. Do they kill the Gorehound? No. I don't want another one. And a Fester Leech. Number 2. And Mountain. Nope. Disguise. Sure. Ugh. Alright, mill 4 cards. Watch us mill like three mountains here. No, just 1. We're going to have to watch out with double Fester Leech on the battlefield. It's going to be a little awkward potentially. Tireless Tracker. Ugh. Too good. Do I just kill it now? Or do I attack with everything before I kill it? What's better here? If I attack with everything, I can potentially pump the Fester Leeches and also play a Felonious Rage after I pump one of them. And if they don't do anything... But the problem is, if I can't pump a Leech and cast Murder on Tracker, and I'm going to need to murder the Tracker if they don't block with it. I can't imagine they're going to block with it. Maybe I should just be hanging back to cast Bustle at some point here, but I like being slightly aggressive. Let's do this instead of pumping it here. And then, do I hold up Murder or do I pump the Fester Leech on this one? I think I'm actually just gonna pump the Fester Leech on this one here, as opposed to Murder. We need to pressure their life total a little bit here. We don't have like a ton of pressure. Swamp is not what we need. I would have kept a mountain because of our Clan Basher, but I don't need a swamp. Those mills are fine as well. Okay, 5 lands. What do you got? Okay. If your plan is to just flip this thing up, I can murder it after you flip it up. Well, that was not great on my part. Should not have attacked with that one. I could have attacked with everything else. Because now if I go to flip this up, I can only give it -1/-1, which means it would have to be a 4/4 for this to work out. Okay, go to damage, I guess. There we go. Now it kind of did work out. So we can do -3/-3 here. And they did do it before, which was kind of strange. They probably should have let the damage happen and then flip it. Don't know exactly why they did it the way they did, but it's fine by me. Gonna be a close one here. Cracking a clue is always a good thing for us at this point, if that's all they got going for them. And there we go. Look at that. 5 wins. Wow. Cannot say I expected to get here with this deck, but great. All right, starting first here, and I mean, yeah, got 2 mana, got a couple of 1-drops, got a removal spell, got another one. It's what we've been doing, and it's worked so far. Let's keep it up. Start with the Gorehound, play Scapegoat on 2, more than likely. See if we can surveil into a 3rd land. Well, now we might not even need to. That was almost a mistake. Let's do this. Sure. I think I'll keep that, only because next turn I can play that. It also triggers this, which will let us surveil again. And then it also flips up for just a single red. I think I'll bin anything that's not a mountain, though, this time. Oh, they're just going to counter it? No? Okay. I will not pass off the suspectedness. Yeah, I don't think I can keep it. I kind of just need lands. Topiary Panther, sure. We do have... Again, land would be great. Mountain would be outstanding, because then we could flip this and hold up Galvanize. If they just play a disguised creature, I can extract a Confession on it and flip this up. All those would be great things. Crime Stopper Sprite, locking a 1/1 down, that's okay. Mountain. Nice. Alright, so we will just galvanize this. I think I'm just gonna flip this. Oh, I forgot. I always forget. For some reason, I think the equip is the flip up cost, but it's 5, no, it's 3, not 2. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. We can extract a Confession on something big if we need to. A land would let us play this as well, or flip this up and cast Extract a Confession. Kind of just hoping for some derpy 4/4 that doesn't do anything. Not great for us. They do still have interaction here, which I don't like. But I think I'll get in with everything. See if they choose to block the 2/2 here. Okay. I think I'll let that happen. Well... You know... They very well could have interaction here. Let's see. Do they take 5? Or do they bounce the Gorehound? Looks like they'll bounce the Gorehound. I bet it's that bounce spell that surveils one. That's what I think they have. No, okay, just preventing a little bit of damage. Yeah, I'll take a mountain. Oh, this is no longer suspected. Was it suspected last turn? Did I mess that up? Why is this not suspected? Okay, down goes that. Let's do... We can attack, we can equip Scapegoat and then attack with both here. And they don't have great blocks. Yeah. I'll just let that trade. Play a Clan Basher. Mill Hustle Bustle in case of the Burning Masks. Play this, and then next turn we have... We could flip this up if we wanted to. Like if they're tapped out. I'm probably not going to flip it up if they're not tapped out. 6 mana. I could extract a Confession to kill something big. Say they just play like a random Topiary Panther or something. Even like a Loxodon Eavesdropper, I could just use 2 mana to kill it and then equip this thing and hit. If I draw a land, I can also pump that. Okay, Sprite, sure. Did they lock down the Leech? Yeah. And that. Okay. Okay. So if they double block, it still trades, which is not great for us. It trades with both. It's not horrible, but it's not great. Let's see if they do double block here. No? Alright, well, let's just hit you then. Go to 4. Land. Crack a clue more than likely. Now what is this? I am actually going to collect evidence here, and the reason is because they could flip this up in response to me not collecting evidence, have it be a very big creature, and then just sacrifice their sprite, which I guess even if I didn't collect evidence, they could still just sacrifice their sprite, so I guess it doesn't really do that much. What do they have? What do they have? Okay, well I guess these are both lethal threats then if I do it this way. So now you have to deal with both of them somehow. So even if this is big enough to like eat one of these, the other one will still kill them. They have to have this be big enough to eat one and have a removal spell for the other one, pretty much. Okay, you take action because you're dead currently, so let's see what you got. Oh. Sure. Okay, good for you. Yeah, that does survive. That does let you survive here. So you go to 1. No, he's still dead. Okay, okay. We still had it. That was very close. Definitely close and definitely interesting, but we still had it there. All right, 6 and 2. This is the money match here. Can we get a trophy with this red-black deck? Okay, we get to start on the draw with yet another hand that doesn't have all of our mana. They've already taken a mulligan. If we draw red, the hand is great. We got Festerleech at the very least. We're on the draw. We have an extra chance at the red. I don't think it's great, but I'm going to try it here. And mill ourselves a bunch of times with a Festerleech with no synergy. Ooh. Okay. We found it. So what do we do now? Start by attacking. Mill, Murder, and Mountain. I would have liked a Mountain, but it's okay. And let's go here. Let's do it. Next turn, we can play another Festerleech and a Runebrand Juggler, or we could play a Concealed Weapon. We have options. Are they going to miss a land drop? They haven't played a land yet. No, there's a land. And not another big butt creature, please. Okay, that's fine. I can deal with that. Oh, sure, that's also fine. Alright then, let's just attack. And play a Juggler and a Festerleech, I suppose. And then we have removal for this thing next turn if they're tapped out and don't play... Or don't flip it if they tap out and they don't flip that card. Another land would be pretty good. That would open up the opportunity to pump both Festerleeches here. Tunnel Tipster, Thinking Cap. Okay, okay. There's another land. All right. In we go. Okay, how do we do this? So we can trade it with this. We can... This can't be countered, right? Yeah, so we can kill this and still trade it with that. We can... No, we don't want to do that. We can just kill this and let them bounce. That costs us most of our turn, though. I think I'm okay just trading it here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to let it trade. And then pump one of these, and I can kill the Tunnel Tipster with the Slice here. So let's pump this. go to damage. They go to 10. Mill a bunch of cards. And then kill this thing. Is this a detective? It is a detective. That's going to be kind of annoying with the thinking cap here. Inside source, that's a bunch of creatures, sure. Another Runebrand Juggler. Alright, let's get on in there. Sure. And pump at least one of these. Probably both, if we're being honest. Well, what if we just play another Runebrand Jungler after this? Yeah, let's just do that. I go to 6. We have to mill 4 more cards, but, like, we're not at risk of milling ourselves out. So let's do this. And I think I'm just going to suspect one of these here. They're at 6. We can play a concealed weapon and equip it next turn if we wanted to. Sample collector, equip. Sure. That's pretty good. This has reach, though. That's really annoying. So it's not actually that great. So what could we do? Play this and equip. It's a 4-powered creature. We'd trade it for that thing or something like that. Alright, let's just develop our board a little bit. Maybe we can go wide enough to get around all this. I've only got 1 card left. Okay, what do they get rid of? Yeah, okay. That's okay. Sure. Alright, again, let's just go wide enough and maybe we can kind of cheese out a, like a flipped up concealed weapon win or something. Neighborhood Guardian. That's not super great when you're on the back foot like this. Another Inspector, sure. Alright, I'm just gonna keep playing my creatures. I'm not gonna suspect that because it can suspect itself next turn. And now, next turn, we have 2 menace creatures and the ability to have a 4-powered flyer, and this can pump 3 power anywhere. It's not... I doubt it's lethal, but there could be a way that they block that would not be great for them. That's a 4/4, yeah, sure. Huh. I can also use Runebrand Juggler to sacrifice the Scapegoat to kill something. But that doesn't seem great. So let's just attack here. take action, and then use the concealed weapon if we need to. If it's going to make a difference in how, if we can get a 2-for-1. Okay. Sure. So is there a way we can get 3 of these creatures? This can be an 8-powered creature, so we can get... No. So we can get this one and this one, I guess? And then let's just play another creature here. And our creatures don't match up, like, super well necessarily. But we do have a concealed weapon, which is good. Alright, let's, equip this here. Ah, I tapped wrong. It's okay. Attack. Trade it off. And equip. I mean, if they put the thinking cap back on this thing, it's another 2/5, and the only way we can tack into that is with the 2/2. So we'll put it here, I guess. Okay. Well, I was going to say we could attack then there, because they didn't equip it. Guess what? This deck got a trophy. This deck went 7-2. Unbelievable. I did not at all expect that. But I have been on an absolute tear this format. Playing very, very well. At least 5 or 6 trophies already, and we're only in week 2. Week 2 or 3. Been a lot of fun. Hopefully, I mean, I still don't think the deck was super great. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it as one of the better decks in the format, but boy, did it work. So if you are interested in trying this out, at least you know it can succeed if you can play it to a 7-win trophy. So thanks for tuning in today. Subscribe and check out Patreon if you haven't already. I will see you next time for your daily draft.